My general thesis is we will rally into year end. We will correct at some point. There's a bunch of hedge funds and RAAs and others who are into this who will need to take a bit of profits into year end. I think we'll get a bit of a shakeout, global liquidity slowing down somewhat, and then we should reaccelerate into the end of tax season. So my view is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably is 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end. So that's how I think it plays out. Probabilistic, maybe a 30% correction, so back down to 100 kind of makes sense to me, and it'll feel miserable, and people will say, has the cycle peaked, and all of that noise. And then usually we end the second year after the presidential election cycle very strong, and then it peaks out sometime there. If I give a range of targets, as opposed to pinpointing a target, worst case is 150, my base case is 250, and in an obscene bull market, because everybody's buying, driven by a change of regulation, then it could go as high as 450. I think Solana finishes this year closer to 400 than it is to 200. So I think
this year, 6 weeks ago,
maybe 350. I mean, it's a higher beta asset, so it should do better. So I expect that to happen. Again, it'll follow the same kind of price path as Bitcoin, but it should outperform all of the way. It's been in this consolidation versus Bitcoin, sideways consolidation. The next leg should be altcoin season, and Solana should be the king of the major alts. So I'm kind of expecting Solana from here to probably get to over 1,000, 1250, something like that. Ethereum has been a laggard. I think it plays some catch up. I think it outperforms Bitcoin going forwards for a bit, because if we sit back and look at what the regulatory changes might be, that is the platform upon which most of the institutions will start doing stuff. It's the Microsoft decision. Every bank has Microsoft computers, not Apple computers. So I think that Ethereum actually does better than most people expect going into the end of the year. Again, same price pattern, outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms Ethereum. So it's the risk curve.
Bitcoin's rapid price growth could once again make history, with projections suggesting it might reach $150,000 by March 2025 and potentially $450,000 in a stronger bull market. These bold predictions come from macro investing expert and Real Vision CEO Raoul, who anticipates significant moves not only in Bitcoin but also in Solana and Ethereum, all driven by shifts in the global economy. Stick around until the end of this video as Pal shares his full strategy, detailing the factors that could fuel these massive price movements and how to position yourself for success in this evolving market.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
Is it too late in crypto?
No. It's currently today a $3 trillion industry. Think of this scale. It's a $3 trillion industry. If we just extrapolate the trend rate of growth and the number of wallets and all of that stuff, we get to 100 trillion by 2034. We're 3% of the way there. We've got 97 trillion of wealth to create in this space. We've barely started. I know we all use that phrase, we're so early, but the adoption of this technology as the financial system starts to operate on its rails, so you have instant settlement for equities and bonds and all of that. The transfer payments, even central bank digital currencies are on these rails. Everything folds into these rails. RID, gaming worlds, all of these things. Well, if we're 3% of the journey, it's all to play for. This is the biggest trend we've ever had. I've learned from being in this cycle for so long that really, if you can, when it just feels the worst, that's when you should be putting as much money in as you can. Obviously, it's also the hardest time because nobody's got money, because liquidity is being drawn out of the system. Everyone's feeling the pinch. So it's actually hard to scrape pennies from under the sofa, but it is the best strategy of all because your gains compound so fast when you do it.
Let's talk about Mr. Trump for a second, the President-elect Trump. What could go right and what could go wrong?
So on the right side, I think freeing up of the economy, if he does fulfill the role that some people expect him to do, which is the Reagan-style deregulation, freeing up of the economy, bringing back kind of industry back to the US and allowing technology to move forward and crypto to move forward, you're going to potentially reignite the US economy. The flip side is there's a big debate about tariffs. Are they going to be inflationary? The other issue people don't realize is tariffs plus reduced deficit spending means less dollars in the global system, means a strong dollar, which slows down world growth and creates other problems. So I think if there's anything, it's on that side. It's on, his policies that he talks about now are very, very strong dollar, and strong dollar generally slows world growth pretty badly. And that could screw things up.
Fed's cutting rates. So what are people so upset about? And obviously they voted. It's been anti-incumbency throughout the West.
That's right.
And so no surprise that the incumbent was voted out. But what do you think?
Two factors here. One is inflation has slowed down, but the prices have stuck. And that's a hard thing for people to take. We all complain. Every time we go to a restaurant, you go to the supermarket, you're like, really? Is this the prices I'm paying these days? And people haven't made that back. And the one reason we haven't really made it back is the business cycle. So if we look at the ISM survey, the Institute of Supply Managers survey, which is the guide to the global business cycle, it's actually been below 50, which means it's in sort of contraction for the longest period in history now, I think. So there's something going on with the economy. And I think it's because the Fed took so long to cut rates, because they were fighting the inflation demon of the past. They took too long, and that's kept a bulk of the economy slow. So if you translate that to the ordinary person, if you're running a sandwich shop in Manhattan, or you're running a dry cleaners in Chicago, you're not seeing the money come in yet. You're not seeing growth, your business grow. Now, the forward-looking indicators suggest we will get that, and we'll get strong growth coming forwards. But really, to get that business cycle turning, we still need the Fed to cut further.
Bitcoin is rapidly approaching the $100,000 mark as investors anticipate a more crypto-friendly regulatory environment under President-elect Donald Trump. Despite calling Bitcoin a scam during his first term, Trump has since embraced the asset, accepting crypto donations for his campaign and pledging to make the U.S. the global hub for digital assets while establishing a national Bitcoin reserve. Since Election Day, Bitcoin has surged over 60%, fueled by growing confidence. Trump's pro-crypto stance solidified last September when he and his sons launched their own company, World Liberty Financial, further boosting market optimism. Adding to the momentum, SEC Chair Gary Gensler, known for his strict stance on crypto, has announced plans to step down in January 2025. Despite global crackdowns and market volatility, Bitcoin has surpassed its 2021 high, tripling in value since November 2022. The crypto market is abuzz with excitement, but what do you think? Could these developments set Bitcoin up for an even brighter future? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's return to Raoul Pal as he unveils his vision for the future, driven by the rise of crypto and AI.
So look, it's this nexus of all of these technologies all hitting adoption effects at the same time. You can see that in front of your eyes with crypto. That's what number go up. But AI, we can see that every 3 months is like a groundbreaking set of new models, whether it's video, audio, or just the models themselves or the applications of it. And it's quite difficult to invest in a lot of it. A lot of it is in VC hands or in these giant tech companies. So you've got this fastest growing technology in all history. What are you supposed to do? Buy Microsoft? Yeah, you might double your money or triple your money, but it's not really commensurate with that. So the crypto side of the equation, because the whole new internet is being built on crypto rails. I mean, the AI will have identity and we will have identity on chain. Many of the things you and I have talked about, the larger use of blockchain as a technology, well, that's front and center. So I actually think we've got 6 years, and this is quite contentious. I think we've got 6 years left to make as much money as we can before we don't understand how the economy works anymore. If an economy is driven by, if the economic trend rate of economic growth is driven by population growth plus productivity growth and debt growth, by the time you change this aging population, which is slowing trend rate of GDP down, replace that with infinite robots and infinite AI, we've replaced the population component. Same with productivity by lowering energy costs. We end up with ridiculous growth. I mean, what are financial markets with AGI? I give this advice to a lot of friends' kids because they're like, I want to go into finance. I'm like, finance is a secularly declining industry. You know, if I was comparing notes with a mate of mine who's just left finance, at the same age, I was earning 3 times as much money as them. The amount of opportunity in finance keeps going down as, guess what? AI technology replaces humans in the trading floors and in investment banking across. I would not go into finance. If you're going to go into finance, go into crypto. Crypto is a secular trend going up, the fastest of all, as opposed to a secular trend going down, which is the traditional finance system. So if you want to apply your finance understanding, you want to do investing, you want to think about macro, do it in crypto and it'll change your life. The key to anybody's career is find a secular trend and ride that. Hedge funds was a huge trend, as was finance at the time. And on my side, it was equity derivatives, which was a huge trend. And we rode those. It makes us look geniuses, even though I'm certainly not a genius. Firstly, we will notice that as the business cycle expands this time around, they'll hire less people. You know, investment banks generally, when times are good, start piling on the people and then fire a bunch of them. I think we'll see less of that. So, and then when it comes to the downturns, they'll just be cutting leaner. So I think the number of people working in finance and knowledge industries, lawyers, accountants, paralegals, all of those kind of things, will just be declining as a percentage of the overall workforce. I don't think there's a mass layoff. You know, we're all firing our lawyers. I just think as firms grow over time, naturally with the economy, they'll just hire less and less people, which is also fine because we've got an aging population. So a lot of people are falling out of the labor force. But yeah, that's definitely the case. So I think unemployment, it's starting to rise a little bit. It probably remains stickier for longer. And then the next cycle, it picks up a bit more. It's just this slow change. You know, it's not like the steel mills in Pittsburgh shut down overnight. It's a process.
AI-driven education company Genius Group is making waves by adopting a Bitcoin-first strategy, following in the footsteps of MicroStrategy. The company has declared Bitcoin its primary treasury asset and plans to allocate 90% of its reserves to Bitcoin. This includes an initial $120 million investment to acquire approximately 1,380 BTC. The move follows a challenging period for Genius Group, including a significant drop in its stock price. As part of its crypto-forward approach, the company will enable Bitcoin payments on its EdTech platform and introduce new courses to educate students about cryptocurrency. Genius Group's strategy mirrors MicroStrategy's pioneering Bitcoin investment approach, which began in 2020. By betting on Bitcoin, the company aims to secure its financial future, and early results are promising. Its stock price surged 66% immediately after announcing the plan. As more institutions adopt crypto and AI, the impact on finance, education, and global business becomes increasingly apparent. These transformative technologies are poised to revolutionize industries worldwide. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.